Today on the We Share podcast, Julie and Alex close out their summer book series by reviewing the best-selling author Emily Henry with her summer romance novel, Beach Read. It's a romantic read about two authors who are enemies from college, thrown into a summer bet. They swap genres and write their next expected novels. The competition turns flirty, then introspective, as each writer faces buried traumas. Welcome to the We Share podcast. I'm Julie.
I'm Alex.
We share ourselves and we provide a platform for others to share.
We believe everyone has a purpose and a story to tell.
And we're back on the We Share podcast. I'm Julie.
And I'm Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
How's things today?
They're so great. You know, clarity's good.
Yeah.
Clarity's good. Books
Life
are
is
good.
always going to be handing you stuff to figure out. So
I know. This has been a journey.
Yeah. And we were just talking off of the podcast about how the three books that we chose really kind of like scratched some raw surfaces
Yes,
that we
did.
have.
They definitely brought some things to light, which let's just say this first. Like, I much preferred this book over Too Late.
Yes.
And I truly love Emily Henry, the way she writes.
So descriptive, but light, but also heavy at times. Like, she can shift between all of those things.
Yes, and she weaves in real life experiences that I think are very relatable.
Yeah.
Extremely relatable to me right now. So, yeah.
Well, the book that we asked everyone to read was Emily Henry's Beach Read.
Beach Read, yeah. Beach Read.
Great book. Should we give a synopsis first? Just
Yeah,
a little
let's do that.
breakdown. So this story centers around January Andrews. She's a romance novelist. She's got a book that she's supposed to be releasing, and she cannot get it to happen. Like, it's just in there, but she can't.
Yep, she's blocked.
Yeah, she's in complete block. So she decides to go to her dad's lake cabin.
Well, she got gifted the lake cabin.
Yes.
So let's back up because her dad died, and so he left her the lake house.
Yeah. So she's going to go up there and hang out for a minute, and like the summer, and kind of put her life together, be away from everybody, and put it all together. While she's up there, she realizes that somebody is in the cabin directly next to hers. She never really sees the person, but the person does a couple of annoying things to her, and so she's automatically like, ugh, about this guy.
Yep.
Then she figures out it's kind of her mortal enemy from college.
From college, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's
also an author.
Yeah, also an author.
And he writes a different form of, like, a different genre than her, and he kind of thinks that romance is fluff and it doesn't take any real skill. So they're kind of enemies.
Right.
As this whole thing comes together. They then have some situations because they live next door to each other.
And they initiate the contest where he's going to write her genre and she's going to write something more like his type. And the winner is going to write do you remember which the winner, whoever has the better book will then, if she wins or whatever publishes first, he'll write her forward, which he's more established than she is at this point in his career.
So it'll help her.
Yeah.
And they have these challenges along the way that they have to do with each other while they're writing this book. Each of them are writing their books. And they actually learn to really like each other during all of this. They discover a lot about each other.
Their research.
Yeah.
Like all the romantic comedies they watch like once a week, and then they go on field trips. And you could feel the tension between them.
Because there's still the rivalry, but then there's the attraction. And so there's
and she did a really good job of that. Just letting it, not taking it too far. There was only one scene really that it was descriptive.
Yeah.
But most of the time it was just his hand brushed her or her hip. And she got hot,
not quite as descriptive as some of the other books.
Too late. No.
Yeah.
Too late was too much.
Yes. So, but you would think like this writes itself, right? They end up together happily ever after at the end. And that's not where it's at, because January has still got to solve her issue with her dad's death.
Yes.
She's got that percolating on the side of this personal thing that she's got to take care of because there's so many emotions there. She's figured out that her dad had another woman.
Right. Sonia. And she's met Sonia. And that was Sonia and her dad's like lake house. So he had two lives.
There's all these feelings cropping up because she's at the lake house and about the life that her dad was leading away from her family life. And then we find out that Gus has this life that he's trying to settle. He has an ex-wife and there's situations going on there. So, do we do the spoiler alert? Do we?
Yeah, because you guys have read it, right? Or if you haven't read it, you need to read it. But there is like the other woman is a real thing. And there is men out there and women, I guess, that are apparently okay with that arrangement. I'm not.
Which, kudos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not okay. And I feel like January wasn't either. I mean, she's pretty head over heels for this guy at this point, but she's like, nah, you go take care of that. Like, you go do your thing. So by the end, they both figure out that they have mutual respect for each other in the different genres that they write.
Right.
That comes about. And then they figure out, let's do this. We want to commit to one another. You've settled your thing. I have figured out my thing with my dad. And let's come together and do this.
Yep.
So for those, true romantics that were hoping for them to get together, you're going to get your perfect ending, I guess. But I think for me, the takeaway was the growth that they each had to experience for the perfect ending to actually happen.
So I would even take it as like not a step further, but I feel like Emily, the author, she put both endings in there because with the dad, you got the devoted husband stayed with his wife, wasn't willing to leave his wife, but knew he had created this mess. And so wrote the letters to January, tried to explain it, didn't say it was okay. And so it gave me pause. Like, can you fall in love with two people? I think you can, especially if they're in two different locations, because he was showing up here for his wife that had just beaten cancer, and he's got the daughter and the years with. But over here was this escape when things were tough and not working in his marriage. He found some solace there.
He created two different realities.
Some comfort there, and he enjoyed it. It felt great. It felt nice. This happens all the time.
Yeah.
In real life.
It does.
So he stayed married. You got that ending. He stayed the loyal father, even though he had this other life. I know people that have done this in the oil fields. Like I've gone through some of this stuff with Wade where we know people that had a wife in Burley and a girlfriend, soon to be second wife in North Dakota. Yeah. And polygamy, I mean, it was a thing back then. I have no room for it in my life. But it happens. You can't.
I think I want to point something out there though. It happens and he was leading those two separate lives. But the woman that he left from Sonia from the lake house was so unfulfilled.
She was. Well, she didn't get the full him. He went back. Yeah. So he went back to the wife. So that's why I mean there's both. Because the dad, I got the happy ending with the dad. But then, yes, we did fall in love with January and Gus and their energy. And they ended up together. But here's the thing. They're still young.
Yes.
Life is like, there's so much life ahead of them still. There's not kids. There's not other relationships. So the foundation that you build on and like integrity, honesty, that's what actually matters.
I would also say January's mom didn't get the full picture, didn't get the full amount either.
No.
You can't split it up like that and give the full to both. You just, it's not possible. It's a pie. And if you give 2 slices to one woman and 4 slices to another woman, and then the pie is gone, they both still didn't get the whole pie.
Well, yeah. And you could even take it a step further if we want to go look at like health and wellness, because it's proven that hate and trauma, relationships, stress can give you cancer.
Yeah.
Or feed cancer. But then when love comes back in, love can heal.
Yeah.
And I know love has healed me through my changes and like the things I went through years ago. And I'm like a different person because I made some healthy changes and choices in my life. But I also allowed love to come in. And I think her mom, I mean, that could very well have been, whether Emily intended it or not, but love can cure things. And bad love can amplify, exacerbate, like really like be a catalyst for harm. And it just made me think a lot about, relationships. And I mean, you're married and you're in a long, loving marriage relationship. And I have a couple roller coasters and bumps in the road. So yeah, I could really relate to a lot of the feels that she wrote about in this book.
What was going on there? Did you feel like you could bring it into? I mean, this is like it's billed as a like a soft book read. You know, you're not.
Yeah. No, I wasn't prepared for the ex-wife coming back in, which wasn't really an ex-wife. The parallel lines were, oh, well, he's still married. Well, my dad was married. And then January is like, so I'm basically Sonia right now. Yeah. And then she could see Sonia in a different light. And I mean, really, that is a huge paradigm shift for them to have. And I think she wrote about it really well, because how often do we really put ourselves in the other person's shoes? Yeah. Like, it's easier to keep them two-dimensional. I heard this story about this person. He doesn't love her. Well, she's crazy. I mean, isn't always the go-to?
Yeah, it justifies your anger and your hatred.
Yeah, like if like most people are like, if something's not working out in a relationship, it's easy to like slap some labels on, tell your version of the story, which is probably not the full story. And like, I would just say to our We Share audience, like, do better at trying to get the full picture so you can make decisions. If there's a call to action after reading this book, it would be compassion, like care about humanity and relationships, and don't just dive in, have morals. Like, do not, because there is evil, there is bad, there is temptation. Like, lead with your heart, but listen to your gut.
Yeah. Well, January actually does that.
Yeah. No, she does.
Because she is operating without all of the information. And when she finally starts to get around and pull herself out of her deep depression and everything and starts cleaning up the cabin, she learns all of this information that she wasn't operating with prior to that.
Correct, yeah.
And it helps her learn and grow and show sympathy and understanding. And that would be a better way to approach complicated situations. She was dealing with a very complicated situation and operating as the daughter, but now as an adult and understanding the relationships and shattering what you thought was there as a kid and all of that. That's really heavy.
Oh, that.
So heavy.
I cannot imagine if I found out my dad had a lover in a different state and
and now you're an adult. So it would be so much better for her reactions if she had all of the information. And we realize through her character that when she does get more information, she changes her paradigm.
And seeing Sonia and her relationship with Gus definitely highlighted that. I would say I don't necessarily feel like the wife in this book, I feel like January in some parts, because I relate to her character more. I'm more similar with her. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't matter if it's a summer fling or a 7-year stretch. Mm-hmm. Like, at the end of the day, be better. Yeah.
Be good to people.
Yeah. Like, and be honest. And like, most things are preventable. Yeah. Like, if
two people are willing
to have a hard conversation and to speak your truth, most things are preventable. Yeah. And it's easier to run and escape and just jump, like hop. And there's enough people in the world you can do that. Mm-hmm. But what is going to fulfill you as a person? Hopping from one person to the next person or doing the work? Like we're both workers, right? Mm-hmm. So when you put in the work, how good do you feel when you accomplish something? Like, so good. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean,
there's a lot there.
A lot in this book that it was not just the beach read. However, circling back to like our other, like the other time we were on, I'm like, I need to get to a beach. Mm-hmm. So those of you that listened to the past books, I did get to a beach. It was like August 30th or the 31st. So I got to the beach on the last day of the month. I did have the book with me. Did I read it there? No, because it was like practically sunset. But I had some really good moments closing out August, which was quite possibly the most painful month.
Oh, for sure, of 2025 and maybe even.
Yeah. And typically my favorite month, right? It's my birthday. Yeah. And my best friend got married and their wedding was absolutely beautiful. And I just loved so many parts of them coming together and the vows they shared. It meant so much to me. But August was, truly a hard month. Close a chapter on August, and September is going to be a September to remember. Because I'm a co-creator of my life. I'm going to own it. I'm going to make it happen and get back to my self-help books.
It's okay. I would recommend a couple of other of Emily Henry's that are much lighter. And as we close out this podcast, I'm just going to say this.
Yeah, what ones?
Well, I would have to look up the titles, but she has some really fun ones, like really kind of more like punchy.
Oh wait, I think we mentioned what was it, The Beautiful Life, hers or no?
I can't remember the names of them, but I've read a couple and they're a little more like punchy development of a relationship like this. There's some heavy like parts of this book, but it also helps you. The heavy parts help you understand what created January.
Yes. And it's funny. Relationships. She is funny. She's witty.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us today on the We Share podcast.
In the book.
If you've loved what you've heard, please give us a 5-star rating. Tell your friends and share this show.
You can also follow us for recipes, lifestyle and fashion tips, book reviews, and more on WeSharePodcast.com.
She's so lovable.
Join our Share Squad and sign up for our newsletter there.
We would love to connect with you.
We share on TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram. Give us a follow.
A big goodbye squeeze and sending you all our love from Alex and
because
Julie.
We didn't join us next week
on
the We Share podcast.
Like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. So this is definitely 8 or above.
Yeah. I would 8.8 since 8's my favorite number.
Yeah, totally recommend this book, and it's a pretty like quick read.
Yeah, it's easy to read.
Yeah, and even though it's got these heavy subjects, it's a quick read.
And if you're an Audible listener, this voice, like she's read several because I recognize her voice. So sometimes I'm like picturing another book, but I did have to listen a little bit too. So I went back and forth between reading and listening. But it is like the characters, both the male and female voices are great.
They're really good. Yeah. Oh, we should point that out too. Whenever we do a book, which is some people don't like it when the female reads the whole book.
Oh,
and
I don't like that either. It's like,
yeah. So you do get two different reads in this. Gus has a voice and January has a voice in this one. So if you're thinking, I don't have enough time, but I could listen to it, I thought it was a good read, a good narration.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
All right.
We'll see you next week.